The Topiary Cat, Chapter 17, Making Plans. Sure enough, the following morning Baba arrived very early, having phoned Katie to warn her of the importance of their proposed meeting. She was excited at the prospect, because she too had been receiving odd, almost telepathic, inspirations that seemed eerily relevant to current events. She had spent most of the last couple of days capturing them in paint. Richard had risen at first light, and after breakfast he went back upstairs to keep a lookout for Baba's arrival. Tolly sat by him on the window-sill. Looking over to the Topiary Cat, the boy wondered if he had imagined the conversation with Bastet when she was disguised as Grandpa's trimmed foliage. It had seemed so real, but now he could see no change from the original Topiary. Except was that a slight, kindly smile on the sculpted face? Ah, here's Baba. We'd better go down, Tolly. But his cat had already padded downstairs, anticipating Grandpa's arrival even before he was seen by the boy. Everyone knows cats can do that, of course, but Richard was always amazed by this ability. When he arrived downstairs, the first thing Richard became aware of was an array of paintings taped to the walls of the sitting room. His mother had been busy. There were cats, in fact a great number of cats, pyramids, hieroglyphs, stars, birds of prey, bare trees and random shapes that were hard to decipher. A confusing jumble of symbols, images and figures, but arranged in such a way, and in the most glorious intense colours, that they were staggeringly beautiful. Each of the assembled gathering told their wondrous tales to the others, who reacted with increasing astonishment and incredulity. It was only when they had all said their piece that it made some sort of sense. They all agreed that the most sage counsel had come from the terrifying cat in Hathor Wood. This bronze cat had always been the sentinel of Nefertum Hall, just one of Bastet's many observers on earth. She had warned her mistress of the presence of poison in the lake, and felt something had to be done urgently. The Bastet goddess told them that she had brought the statue to life, channeling her mind through the statue to warn mortals of the consequences of their actions. She had discovered mortals were becoming careless with Mother Nature. In and around the estate, species were being introduced that should not be there. Trees cut down with no thought to the consequences, crops sprayed in farms nearby that killed beneficial insects, and so much more. Other gods, Jupiter, Gaia, Venus, and many others, had come down to inhabit their images on earth, investigate the problems, and discuss amongst themselves what should be done. They had searched for mortals they believed could address the problems, and Bastet had singled out the quiet boy, with his kindly grandfather and talented mother, as likely candidates to spread the word. It was obvious they loved nature and the bounty it provided. So, Bastet had inhabited various inanimate images to get her message across, and it had certainly worked with some. She had become aware that many humans, including those unfortunate men in Hathor Wood, were less receptive to her demands. But she also knew that this was an especially propitious moment to spread the word, because Mother Nature was fighting back. Grandpa was going to have to talk to Colonel Greenwood urgently to see if something could be done about the damage being caused to Nefertum Hall estate and the neighbouring countryside. None of them could guess what the consequences of inaction might be, but they were surely not about to risk finding out. "Now come along, Richard, you'll be late for school," his mother interjected, bringing them all down to earth with a jolt. The boy had, in his excitement, forgotten all about school. He rushed upstairs for his satchel, crammed the cap onto his head, and ran up the road at top speed, so as not to be late for assembly. Don't miss the next chapter of The Topiary Cat, read by Richard Saunders.